Every year, the best young Indigenous hockey players face off in a national championship, a tournament Winnipeg has hosted twice. Competitions like this not only showcase Indigenous athletes, but also provide an inclusive environment for play. A new national report suggests anti-Indigenous racism is prevalent in the mainstream sports system.
It's a lot of truth in what's documented in that report.
Late last month, the Future of Sport in Canada Commission released its preliminary report on the Canadian sports system it's acknowledged as broken. All Indigenous organizations and communities that engaged with the Commission shared experiences of anti-Indigenous racism and taunting in mainstream sports settings. Alyssa McIver's son played for the Norquay Knights, a predominantly Indigenous team. She experienced this firsthand at her son's hockey game in Winnipeg after a scrum broke out on the ice.
One of the mothers was yelling to the referees to get in there and stop the fight, and she said, those little Indians are going to kill my son.
Chief E.J. Fontaine says racial slurs were directed towards members of Sagkeeng at a youth hockey game last year in his First Nation. It reminded him of feelings he had decades ago when he played hockey.
And the sport's supposed to be fun for kids. It's supposed to be a good time for making friends, for creating good memories. And for us, it certainly didn't do that.
Jamie Menzies is the founder of Agujin Volleyball. It's an Indigenous-led program offering Indigenous and Two-Spirit youth safe access to sport and mentorship opportunities.
On the surface, mainstream sport would not appear to be exclusionary to Indigenous people, but it's more about acceptance and safety and feeling welcome in spaces.
The Commission's report is not the first to acknowledge the prevalence of racism in Canadian sport. Participants in a 2021 study spoke of a culture of exclusion and racism, making these spaces unsafe for many children, youth, and adults in Winnipeg. Fontaine says racism in sport is a deep and pervasive issue, one he says needs to be discussed beyond merely pointing towards existing policies. Ultimately, he and others hope this report can spark meaningful action on racism in sports. Justin Fiaconi, CBC News, Winnipeg.